For me, this new world that I envision is a world where we see ourselves just as we are, beautiful humans that we can relate to each other from that level of humanity. And we are no longer living in the illusion of separation, in the illusion of othering. For me, I always say it's not just about me being the facilitator of the spaces, but it's everybody that comes together with this drive, openness, and willingness to learn and grow together.
And I really experienced emotionally what it means to have white privilege. And it was the understanding, really understanding the emotions that led me into being really super committed to change. I feel like I have a much better relationship with people that I know, that I thought I had an idea of their lives, and I still don't have an idea of their lives, but I just have a much better idea of the language and how I use the language and how I relate to them. I really appreciate being able to have done the training.
Yeah, I feel the training is enabled me to go beyond considering racism and those notions of privilege and white supremacy from an abstract set of concepts to actually speaking to a reality that is deeply felt by millions and millions of people around the world.
We really focus on how can we find better ways of relating with each other between people of color and the white-bodied community. How can we create spaces where we can deeper understand our beliefs of white supremacy in us and be able to transform that into something more positive and bring justice into unjust spaces?
It was like a visit to the optician. So I wear glasses and I feel I see things quite clearly. But there's a moment when you go back for your eye test a year or two after your glasses have been prescribed, and he puts that big gadget on your face and it feels uncomfortable and unnatural and you don't want it. But then he hits his magic buttons and suddenly what you thought you were seeing is not what you were seeing, is not real at all. And there's so much more clarity. The picture's much richer, it's much clearer, and there's that moment of, oh, and that's how I received Nonty's training.
I just really experienced in the training with Nonty, feeling her as another human being exactly the same as me in a way that I hadn't really sat with a person of color before and seen through all these layers that my upbringing had put on, that I had kind of put in front of in a conversation or in a relationship with a person of color that were definitely there and I just had not seen. And Nonty helped me in a beautiful way, and it's not personal. It was just participating. So it was painful, but not directed at me. I didn't feel embarrassed or anything like that. I just had time and space to see these things that I was carrying with me in my culture and my education.
It is uncomfortable work. It is painful work. However, it's pain and trauma that we have to face if we are looking at creating a new world together.
And in fact, I found as time went on that I had gotten the insights that I needed to actually start to interchange. And I am much more relaxed and confident about interacting in ways that I like myself and other people, people of color and people who are aware of these things are more comfortable to be around me. So it's made my life more relaxed and more fun and more interesting, as well as feeling like it really matters that what we're doing, that will maybe create a bigger shift in our culture towards more love, less harm.
I arrived thinking, feeling that I'd got a pretty good grip. I was seeing quite clearly. And there were moments of discomfort and irritation, but they were momentary because it was so invitational. I didn't feel accused or wrong. I was just invited to consider a broader, clearer perspective. I am changed as a person through having participated in the training, and I'm so excited to be doing another round.
I'm not naive to think that this is something that we can change overnight. This is definitely generational work. However, it needs to be done, and the time is now.